Hi there. For today's video, we are going to be going over text organization, but focusing on chronological order. So I've told you that when an author writes a story, they organize it different ways. They can organize it by description, using our 5 senses, or sometimes they can do it by cause and effect. For example, this happens, so then this happens. Or sometimes they do it by chronological order. First, next, then last. The beginning, middle, end. First, second, third, fourth. Okay? So we're focusing on chronological order. So remember, informational texts have a structure or type of organization that fits the topic and the author's purpose. So that's a bunch of words right there, right? Well, what that means is an informational text, so a book you're actually going to be learning from, give you real information, they usually set up their story, they usually set up their book in a certain way, and it helps us, the reader, figure out the topic and the author's purpose. So, right here, text organization. I know these are a lot of big words, but text organization is a way an author sets up their book so us, the reader, can understand it a little bit better and understand the information. Chronological order, go to say chronological order. Awesome. Is the order in which the events happen or steps in a process. So, right here, yesterday we went over this. This is the steps that we need to take if we want to make chocolate peanut butter cookies, right? So step 1, mix ingredients. Step 2, fold in chocolate. Step 3, shape cookies. Step 4, bake at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes, and then enjoy with a cold glass of milk, or just enjoy your cookies, right? These are steps. Now, right here it says, or events. So you can have the steps or events. So right here I have a little story I'm going to read to you twice, and then I need your help to put them in order, chronological order. First, second, third, fourth, or first, next, then last. So I'll read it twice. The title is My Favorite Lunch. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It is my favorite lunch. When I want a sandwich, this is how I make a peanut butter and jelly. First, I get some bread. Then I get the peanut butter and jelly jars. Next, I get a plate and a knife. Now it is time to spread all the good stuff on the bread. When the bread is covered, I put the 2 pieces together. Finally, I get to eat the best lunch. My favorite lunch. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It is my favorite lunch. When I want a sandwich, this is how I make a peanut butter and jelly. First, I get some bread. Then I get the peanut butter and jelly jars. Next, I get a plate and a butter knife. Now it is time to spread all the good stuff on the bread. When the bread is covered, I put the 2 pieces together. Finally, I get to eat the best lunch. Okay, so that's the story. I'm going to read the directions. It says, my favorite lunch. What happens? What happens when? Draw a line to show your answer. So we have first, second, third, fourth. So for this one right here, we're going to get this little thing where we'll draw lines and we're going to match it. So here's the words first, second, third, fourth. Remember, you can use the words first, next, then last, first, second, third, fourth. You can use words like that. So let's try these little options that we can choose from. Spread peanut butter and jelly on bread. Eat the sandwich. Get peanut butter, jelly, and bread. Loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. What was the first thing that we read? I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That was the first thing. So right here, loves peanut butter and jelly. So that was the first thing. Okay? All right. We're looking for the second thing that happened in the story. Spread peanut butter and jelly on bread. Eats the sandwich, get peanut butter, jelly, and bread. Before you can spread the peanut butter and jelly on the bread, you need to grab the ingredients first. So we know that one's not going to be the second thing. And then eats the sandwich, that sounds like it's going to be the last thing you do. So I think it's second is get your ingredients, get the peanut butter, get the jelly, and get the bread, right? Okay. All right, now we have the third and fourth steps. Spread peanut butter and jelly on bread. Eats the sandwich. Which one do you think is going to be the third one? Do you think it's going to be the top one? Give me a 1. Think it's going to be the second choice. Give me a 2. It's going to be the first choice. There we go. And we'll read this in a minute. So that means the fourth step is eats the sandwich. That sounds correct. All right. I know those lines are all crazy, but I'll read them in order. First, loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Second, get peanut butter and jelly bread. Third, spread peanut butter and jelly on bread. Fourth, eats a sandwich. So, was that correct? It was, yes. So what I want to point out to you is sometimes when you're reading, you'll see the words first, next, then, finally, last. And sometimes you won't. Okay? So I went ahead and underlined the words first, next. I underlined now because instead of using the word then, they use the word now. And then finally. So sometimes as you're reading, you'll see those words, and that helps you, the reader, know, oh yeah, this is chronological order. It's telling me the different events that are happening in order. And sometimes what you have to do is you have to, okay, you have what you just read, and you have to break it up to the first thing you heard, the second, the third, and the fourth. Okay, so right here we have all these things that are out of order. You have to think back to what you read, what you listened to, and put them in order. The first thing, second, third, fourth. Okay, so that's chronological order. All right, and one more thing I'd like to review is biography. We've been learning about biography this week, and so I thought we could just go over the little poster real quick. So a biography tells about the life of a real person. We've read about Mr. Rogers, we read about Marie Curie yesterday, and today we'll be reading a story about Gabrielle Mistral. So we learned about why the person is important, the events from the person's life, information about where the person lived, worked, or traveled, and then ways the person has made a difference in the world. And sometimes in biographies, you'll see actual photographs taken with cameras, and sometimes you'll just see artwork, or you might see both. In today's story, I don't think we are going to be seeing any photographs, just artwork. And then we'll be reading about the events in order from the earliest part of their life to the latest. Sometimes it doesn't start when they're a baby. It starts when they're children or younger, and then it kind of just goes on until they're older. And then we sometimes will see a timeline at the end of the book that shows the order of events from that person's life. So here's some different examples of biographies over some people. Martin Luther King Jr., which I know we've read biography over him. Rosa Parks, George Washington. I believe we read one over him as well, first president. Amelia Earhart, I know I've read maybe 2 or 3 over her. Abraham Lincoln, I'm not sure if we've read a biography this year over him. Helen Keller, I know you read one over her during writing with Miss Snuggesser. So right here we have some vocabulary words I'd like for us to go over before we finish this video. So biography, go ahead and say that word, practice it. Biography. Excellent. Biography is a type of writing that tells about the life of a real person. So that's what we're focusing on this week, biographies. We're reading about real people and the different things they did in their life and the important things they did in their life. Genre. Go ahead and say genre. Good job. Genre is a type of writing such as fiction, informational texts, opinion writing, biography, fantasy, narrative nonfiction, okay? And then nonfiction. Go ahead and say that word with me, nonfiction. Good job. Nonfiction is a type of writing that gives facts about a topic. So whenever you're reading nonfiction books, you're going to be learning real information over a topic. And then remember, topic is what? Topic can be over a person or a thing, right? All right. Well, I hope you like this little review over text organization, chronological order. Remember, when you think of chronological order, just remember, it's the order of events happening. First, next, then last. First, second, third, fourth. Okay? And then a biography, a biography tells about the life of a real person. Okay?